Hey, Patrick, how's it going?
Going good. How are you doing?
Good. Obviously, I assume you saw Deshaun and his extension. Do you get the sense that you guys will be battling not just in these sorts of games, but in really big games postseason for the next several years with the way you guys are set up on your franchises?
For sure. I think you saw that with the last year and the year before that. You see Deshaun and the Texans are a great football team. They have a lot of great talent around him, and he makes a lot of big plays in big games. And so, I think I said something to him last year at the end of the game, and that we're going to have these battles for a long time. And we're two opponents in the same division. I mean, same conference at the AFC. So I'm sure I'll play a lot of games against them.
Let's go to Blair Kirchhoff. Go ahead, Blair.
Hey, Patrick, if I'm not mistaken, your first game in a Chiefs uniform was at one of these Thursday night kickoff games, and you got to see the Chiefs offense sort of in its full effect. I'm just wondering what your impressions were that night, and is this the type of game that a player like Clyde Edwards-Helaire might be able to take advantage of?
Yeah, I mean, I think every single game you go in with the mentality, especially with our offense, that someone can really go out there and have a big game. And Clyde's definitely one of those guys. He's someone that seems like he always plays good. At least in college, he always played good. And whenever the big games came, he played better. And so we're going to go out there with a mentality that we're playing against a really good football team, a really good defense. We're going to try to find a way to win a football game.
Let's go to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Patrick. Welcome to Game Week. You've known Deshaun for years now. Particularly at quarterback camps and obviously watching each other in college. Just how exciting is it for you to know that the league sort of put this matchup in front of the American people as the first game this season, knowing the two of you guys, like you said, are going to be competing against one another for perhaps a decade or so?
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting to be the first game of the year. All this anticipation, but at the same time, it's just we're playing a football game, and I think it's all the hard work that me and Deshaun, and knowing how he works, have put in to be in this situation, to go out there with our teammates and try to win a football game. And so I'm just excited for the opportunity to go out there on a nationally televised game and get to play at Arrowhead Stadium.
Let's go to Michelle Steele. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hey, Patrick. Happy Sunday. I just wanted to ask about the Run It Back tour. How do your emotions compare week one this year compared to last year ahead of the season, now that you've been to the mountaintop and you've got that Super Bowl ring?
I'm just as excited. I promise you that. I mean, every time I get to go to the football field, go to Arrowhead Stadium or whatever field we're playing at, and get to suit up and play for the Kansas City Chiefs, I have ultimate excitement, no matter if it's preseason or if it's in the Super Bowl. So I promise you I'll have that mentality going into this first game.
Let's go to Sarin Petro. Go ahead, Sarin.
Patrick, Coach Madison said last week that if the players, and there's reports out there that the players are going to have a demonstration league-wide before the games. Coach Madison said that everybody would be in unison. And when I pressed him about the coaching staff, he said the coaching staff as well, whatever you guys decide to do. Number one, do you know what you're going to do? And is everybody, do you feel that the organization from the top down, from Clark on down, is a part of whatever it is you, the players, are going to do?
Yeah, I think we have a great organization that way, where I've had talks with Clark, with Mark, Donovan, Coach Reed, and all these coaches and guys, and we've had a lot of discussions. And I'm sure there'll be something fully planned. We haven't exactly got the exact details on that yet, but we'll do something, like you said, in unison, something together to show our support for everybody out there that's going out there and doesn't have the platform that we have.
Let's go to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Pat, as one of the leaders on the team, just wanted to get your sense. Are guys done looking back? I mean, between banner raisings and ring ceremonies and all that, I mean, do you feel like guys are focused where they need to be right now?
I think so. I mean, we're in game week now. Everybody's ready to go. You can feel the intensity. You can feel that mentality. I think everybody's at the point now we're just ready to play football again. I mean, we had that great year last year, but that's last year. We're a brand new football team. Texans are a brand new football team. We're going to go out there and get to compete against one of the best in the first week.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Pat, oddly enough, with no preseason game, the last time we saw you in a game setting was the Super Bowl. So just through training camp and through the offseason and whatnot, where do you feel like maybe you've been able to improve and will be able to display on Thursday night?
I think you're just going to see me being able to make adjustments quickly. I mean, going into a game like this, obviously we played the Texans at the end of last year, but they have a whole offseason to prepare, especially for us being that first game. And so you don't know what to expect all the way. I mean, you have to try to expect the unexpected, and that's what we're going to try to do and have game plans for everything. And I'm going to try to make those adjustments as quickly as possible so we can get off to a fast start, hopefully.
Let's go to Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Patrick. You've done an admirable thing by embracing the platform you have, but I'm curious if any part of that is heavy, just emotionally, in terms of whether you get concerned about alienating some people, or you just can cruise through with your conscience and just go that way.
I think it's just having the right people around me. I think I have a lot of great people around me that believe in me and are going to listen to me and my beliefs no matter what they are. And so I'm just going to trust in those people. And always, if I have the respect of those people, I think I'll be good with anything else going on in the world.
We've got time for a couple more here, guys. Let's go Matt and then Steve. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick, you talked about just as far as getting ready for a game like this, and without there being any preseason games to go off with Houston, you have 2 games last year. What did you really learn from that first game to the second game that helped you guys? And when you have that kind of a situation where you go back and you look at a game that you won versus a game that you lost, how much more do you look at that game that you lost on film to apply for this year?
I think you look at everything. You look at everything that they've done last season and even years past that they've played against us, and you try to formulate a game plan. But I think you see some differences between the first game and the second game. We played them last year, so we just executed on the opportunities that we do have. When you play a good defense like this, there are going to be very few opportunities. So when you do have them, you have to make sure you execute. And I think that's what you saw in the playoffs is guys started stepping up, making big plays in the right when their opportunity came. And so I'm just excited for the opportunity to go out there again, play against a great defense, and try to find a way to win.
Let's go to Steve Walls to close us out. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Patrick, how's it going?
You're good.
Hey, with everything that's happened in the offseason and what it took for not only your team, but all the teams across the league to get to this point to be able to play games, I'm just curious, what would that first snap be like on Thursday night? I know some athletes use the technique of closing their eyes and try to simulate, game-like situations in their head. But have you been able to do that at all, or were you planning to do that?
I've always done the visualization part of it, and really just like thinking about the game before you play it and do that different type of stuff. I've done that since I was at a little age. But at the same time, I'm just gonna go out there and embrace the moment. I mean, that we're having this opportunity to play. That we're getting to go out there with our brothers and play the sport that we love, because you didn't know if it was going to happen. And so I'm excited for the opportunity to get out there, to be on the field, and get to play the game that I love.
Patrick, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.